Of course, you're an important player when it comes to the entire housing and the construction segment of the affordable housing. And you talked about how the various factors need to come together, whether it is in terms of the interest rates coming down, etc. But talk to me about, sir, what's the plan at Vascon in terms of the launches which is lined up? Is it coming more towards the affordable segment? Which categories and which value segment are you targeting right now?
See, on the affordable segment, as I said, availability of land at a cheaper price is a challenge for us. But what we are doing is in the EPC segment, where we also do housing. So we're doing a lot of housing on the affordable segment for government, like police housing in Bombay. We've done a PMA Yojna of more than 2,500, which was inaugurated by Prime Minister Modi a couple of months ago in Pune. And so we're contributing in the EPC model, so where we use our design development expertise to come at a very economical rate and give a quality delivery to the end users. On the front of our own development, we are doing it, but again, then we need to go to locations which are distant away from the city, and the challenge of infrastructure in terms of transportation from that location to the center of the city where people work, people go for schooling, colleging, all are challenges. So the challenge, as I said before, are threefold. Basically, cheaper land price, economical construction, as well as in terms of government levies, if they can reduce the levies to bring down the costs, both in terms of GST, stamp duty, these concessions are given to the end users, then that will be more contributing and it will be better for the end user to buy. Otherwise, in a city, it is very difficult to give an affordable housing, even if you do an economical construction, because land prices are quite high, especially in urban developed cities, I'm meaning. And usually in rural areas, people still are not used to the multi-storied concept. People still want low rises. And then when you go, the land has to be also be available for a vast land to develop low rises and use the infrastructure efficiently.
Right, Mr. Vasudevan, surely, it becomes tough to, have affordable housing in cities, and especially in Bombay also when we're living in these rates, you find it anyways difficult to buy any property in general. So affordable housing, that term for urban cities surely becomes tougher. But let's also bring on board Ashok Chhajer, CMD at Arihant Superstructures, joining in with us also on the discussion. Ashok, what's your word, in terms of the affordable housing side, and what are you seeing in terms of the outlook, given that obviously this does give in some benefit for, all the developers for the affordable housing side. So for you, how are you seeing that shaping up?
Well, affordable housing in Navi Mumbai per se is an MMR region of Mumbai is today also able to deliver from 25 lakhs rupees of an one-bedroom hall kitchen apartment to 50 lakhs rupees in the affordable housing segment. What we see forward is that the government needs to control and at least monitor all the ancillary industries such that the prices of the construction cost does not increase, because in affordable housing, the cost of construction almost takes around 65 to 70% of the total price of the product which is sold. Hence, government's tap on it would help out that the cost of construction is not increasing. And when we see about the cement, the infrastructure and real estate being the backbone of the growth, the 28% of GST on cement, if it is reduced to the standard prices of 18%, as now cement is not a sin industry or a sin item, this can help out the cost to be controlled and to be reduced further also.
Mr. Vasudevan, I want to come to you. How do you see in terms of overall the move now? Yes, urban becomes tougher to grow, but what about the story that one should see coming and playing out in maybe smaller town cities, rural areas? And obviously in the interim budget also we had seen that announcement that had come in focusing on this housing finance side from the FM. So now more focus could be expected from the main budget that will be there in July sometime, that we could be hoping.
Yeah, that's what we are expecting it to be. As I said, in all three fronts of areas. See, in smaller towns, what happens is, we call it, in developers' language, we call it a mature place where a developer can enter, is when a place becomes affordable to a developer to do a multi-story building. When I mean multi-story, I'm not talking of skyscrapers. I'm talking of buildings of 4 and 10 or 9 stories type of building, which we can do it in an economical scale. He's not going to be able to do low rises, ground floor plus first floor type of bungalows or even low cost housings and still keep it affordable to the general public to buy, because the infrastructure costs there of laying the drain, draining the roads and all are substantially much higher when it goes to low rises. So a developer enters a city or a town when it becomes mature enough to do a multi-storied building. So that's where the key change. And even a buyer in a city where he has not seen a multi-storied building, he would love to have his own independent house than go in and share it with somebody. So it becomes a chase between the land prices going up and then the developer coming in to exploit the vertical movement to bring down the cost of land, cost of the end product. So it's a very thin line, and it's a timing which has to be right when one realizes at what point of time we should enter a particular city and be able to do multi-storied and able to sell them.
Point taken. Thanks, Mr. Ashok and Mr. Vasudevan, for making time and speaking with us. Would have loved to chat more, but the paucity of time. So on that note, we'll wrap up this edition of Markets at Noon. From the entire team who put this show together, thank you so much for tuning in.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.